And how about a little tail of the tape, if you will, because this is a heavyweight battle between these two power running backs, Marshawn Lynch and LeGarrette Blount. Now we'll see those two guys match up here in the Super Bowl 49 from Glendale's Patriots and Seahawks. And just a little something here, Baldy, as we kind of break down this running backs matchup here. The Patriots, just to illustrate their dominance over the Colts, in their last 3 games on the ground, just on the ground, 657 total rushing yards to go along with 13 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, well, I mean, the one thing about the Patriots is they can beat you in different ways. I mean, they're very multiple.
But it helps to have a big guy, right?
But it does help. And, you know, and if you look at Seattle, they have their guy. Obviously, beast mode. He's their catalyst for this team. Not just the offense, but I think for the team. And how many times they handed to him when they were down here in the second half. I mean, this 24-yard touchdown right here. I mean, you know, they're fighting the clock here, but they're not afraid to give it to the back because they know at any time, once they get to the second half, he had 14 carries for 120 yards in the second half. The defense has been worn down. The one-arm tackles don't work. And then you can see that even like Doug Baldwin's there, the guys are picking up blocks. You know, the receivers want to block for this guy because they know in the second half of the game, the big runs are going to come. And maybe I can get in the highlight reel. Maybe I can help spring them. Everybody wants to be involved in that part of the game.
And, of course, for beast mode, I mean, just as impressive. I mean, one of his most impressive games as the Seattle Seahawks, especially in that second half.
Well, he just doesn't want to go down. Yeah. And then his ability to take, once he starts staying up on his feet and the balance is there, the strength that we see. It doesn't matter if there's 4 guys or 5 guys or 6 guys. There was a third down at 6. We went for 11 yards, and Troy Aikman was like, he carried the whole team on his back. And he can feel like that. Here it's like, how many Packers there are trying to get him down to the ground on that situation, the strength. And then they ran 2 wheel routes to him. One he dropped and one he caught. So he's also dangerous out of the backfield, whether it's a feature receiver or a check down receiver. But these type of runs right here, once he feels that confidence and once he gets that number of carries, over 20, like he's 19-1 right now when he has, carries of at least 1 touchdown right here. You know, as a Seahawk, 19-1 when he scores a touchdown. A lot of them, like that 24-yard touchdown run that got him the lead.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's not discount LeGarrette Blount now. He's a big dude, but he's a big guy who can run. Think about the days in Tampa Bay when he's hurdling over guys. He is a huge man. He's about 260 pounds. Yeah. The bigger difference here is I think Seattle's run defense is not the Indianapolis Colts run defense. Not to say that New England's not going to be able to run the ball on them because teams have hit. I mean, we saw Carolina hit Seattle for some rushing yards, but as the game went along, as you mentioned how Marshawn Lynch runs better in the second half, Seattle's run defense tightens in the second half. Look what happened to Eddie Lacy Sunday.
It did, but if you look at the defensive tackles of Seattle, I mean, Kevin Williams and Tony McDaniel starting. They're 21 years combined in this league. A lot of experience right there, but a lot of age. They don't have a lot of depth in that.
They roll guys through there. They reduce Michael Bennett guys. You know, they roll a lot of guys in there. They keep some bodies fresh. But then you got the linebackers. I mean, Bobby Wagner's going to kind of bring the thump. KJ Wright, those guys are going to come and they're going to hit. And you got Cam Chance and Earl Thomas behind him. So, again, they've got guys who can run, the physicality. But, you know, Nate, I'm just looking at, you know, the New England's run defense is pretty good. But Marshawn, the way he wears teams down, the longer the game goes, it seems like he gets stronger and stronger.
Which it usually doesn't happen. I mean, we talked a little bit earlier about Clay Matthews not being on the field late in the fourth quarter and even in the third. When Marshawn Lynch gets into the third and fourth quarter, he seems to run stronger and faster than everybody. And when you look at a running back that doesn't want to go down, I mean, people don't understand. When people get tackled, when players get tackled, one thing they do is, do I keep going or do I stop my feet and drop? Because you're trying to protect yourself from injury. Marshawn doesn't care about that. What's exciting about him is that at his size and his weight, he gets to the second level so fast. And people have to appreciate the fact that there's very small windows. He's going to shoot through there, and he's up on linebackers, up on safeties, and he's not going to go down with an arm tackle. I was told a long time ago by Sean Jefferson, one of my favorite wide receiver coaches of all time. He said, real football players don't feel pressure. They apply pressure. And that's how these two running backs run. They apply pressure on you. They're not going to allow you to take shots on them all game. They're moving forward, and they're always constantly pressing defenses, which makes this matchup so exciting. You said it, Red, earlier. This is a heavyweight matchup.